We often think about mental health in relation to specific conditions, and in that context we are dealing with particular issues that people face, but it's something that is there for all of us, and good mental health is good for all of us.
Being able to cope with the stresses in your life, having opportunities to develop to your full potential, and maybe most importantly, being able to connect to other people. Those are all things that potentially could affect your mental health. So it's easy to imagine how poverty, or growing up as an ethnic minority, or facing discrimination because of sexuality or other things, those have all got the potential to harm your mental health.
Inequalities affect Glasgow more than anywhere else in Scotland. We know that for health inequalities generally, how long we live and how well we live, that poverty is the single biggest predictor of that in Glasgow. It's not the only aspect, but it certainly plays a major part in the experiences that we have as a city.
Glasgow has long had poor physical health. We've known that for a long time. And in fact, the people in Glasgow live significantly shorter lives than they do, not just in other parts of Scotland, but in the UK more generally. And what we know now is that 2/3 of that excess mortality, so that the increased deaths over and above what you might expect for a similar city, is often due to mental health problems. So it's due to substance misuse, suicide, and violence. It's very common to have mental health problems and substance misuse together, and it's hard to know which one causes the other, but they're just tightly connected. Those are all influenced by poverty and other kinds of disadvantage. But the way poverty plays out in mental health is the effect is much, much stronger. So particularly if you've experienced adverse childhood experiences, that does make your physical health a little bit worse, but it makes your mental health much worse.
Some of it is about the way that life happens in the city, so making it easier to live in the city, tackling poverty issues will have an impact. If we think just about the LGBT community, some of the research we've done more recently shows really poor mental health for young people who are grappling with their sexuality and with their gender. So we're still uncovering where some of the inequalities exist. We understand a lot more about the place-based inequalities, where you live in the city, and less so about some of the other themes in the city.
The link with employment and mental health is really strong. So of all the things that are good, usually good for your mental health, having a job and keeping down a fulfilling job is one of them. What's definitely clear though is being long-term unemployed is very bad for your mental health. And the longer you are without work or other activity, the more likely you are to have depression and other kinds of mental health problems. Services can do their best to try and respond to mental health problems and to support people as best we can, but obviously prevention is better than cure. So if it were possible to take away some of the causes of poor mental health, that would be best of all. It would be important not just to think about the treatments, but about what we can do to relieve poverty and to stop the inequalities from taking place in the first place.